Okay, let's dive into this. Have you ever found yourself wanting to access free over-the-air or OTA TV, but, well, you just don't have an antenna handy? Maybe you're looking to cut costs, or you're just in an absolute pinch right before kickoff on game day. Well, you're on the right place. In this explainer, we're going to break down exactly how you can build a highly effective homemade digital TV antenna using incredibly basic everyday household items. I know, it kind of sounds like a middle school science project, but the results? They can actually be fantastic. Here's our roadmap for today's explainer. First, free TV the DIY way. Second, gathering your antenna materials. Third, step-by-step antenna assembly. Fourth, ultra-simple antenna alternatives. And finally, maximizing your signal reception. All right, part 1. Free TV the DIY way. Unlocking over-the-air channels.
So OTA TV channels are a literally phenomenal option for free television. The networks are broadcasting digital signals all around us 24/7, but to actually catch them, you generally need an antenna, right? Now, while buying a commercial one is usually your best overall bet, a homemade unit can genuinely save the day when a store-bought one just isn't an option. In fact, the experts over at Wireless Hack noted that DIY units often work just as well as store-bought units. So yeah, this isn't just some gimmick or a fun internet hack, it's practical physics. This is especially true if you live in a city or the suburbs and you're relatively close to the broadcast towers. Now, if you're out in a very rural area, a commercial antenna is probably going to serve you best. But for a lot of us, broadcast TV signals can be massively improved with a simple DIY build.
Moving right along to part 2, gathering your antenna materials. These are everyday items you already have.
Okay, so before we start building, we need to raid the recycling bin and maybe the closet. The absolute beauty of this specific build is that you don't even need a trip to the hardware store. Here's your complete materials list, and it is incredibly simple. You're going to need 1 plastic clothes hanger, 2 empty aluminum cans, a standard coaxial cable to connect the whole rig to your TV, and some tape. Honestly, that's the whole shebang. Just 4 highly accessible items that you probably have lying around the house right now, which makes this perfect for anyone on a strict budget or who just needs an immediate fix.
Now you might be thinking, why aluminum? Why am I using empty soda cans? Well, aluminum is actually the ideal material to use for a TV antenna. It's highly conductive, it's low cost, and it's literally everywhere. In fact, most standard TV antennas that you'd buy off the shelf are built primarily from aluminum anyway. We're just bypassing the factory entirely and using the raw material in its most accessible form.
Let's move to part 3 and see how this builds. Step-by-step antenna assembly.
All right, this is where those 4 household items turn into a functional piece of tech. Step 1, take one of your aluminum cans and tape it to the bottom of the plastic clothes hanger. You want to point the can's opening right toward the middle of the hanger. Step 2, take your second can and tape it to the opposite side of the hanger, again with the opening pointed toward the inside. So the 2 cans are essentially staring at each other. Got it? Okay, step 3, grab your coaxial cable and carefully strip the outer coating back to expose the inner wiring. And step 4, and this one is absolutely crucial, it's the vital bridge to actually pulling a signal. You need to connect that exposed middle coaxial wire securely to the tab of one of your aluminum cans.
Moving to the final 4 steps. Step 5, take the outer ground wire from that stripped coaxial cable and connect it to the tab on the second can. Step 6, use your tape to secure the coaxial cable directly to the plastic hanger. You really want to do this so the wires don't accidentally get yanked off those can tabs later. Step 7, hang your newly built antenna near your TV and screw the other end of that coaxial cable right into the TV's antenna port. And finally, step 8. Now this is where a lot of people mess up, so don't skip it. You must go into your TV's digital settings menu and run a channel scan. The hardware alone isn't going to work until the TV knows to actually look for those new signals.
Now, if you're sitting there doubting whether taping some cans to a hanger actually works, check out this fantastic real-world success story from a user named Richard King in the source comments. He wrote in to say he did this exact same thing using 2 beer cans, relying on only that middle coax wire, and he actually added some extra tinfoil. He screwed the cans together, mounted them on an old set of basic rabbit ears, and get this, reported pulling in 48 to 55 channels. Seriously, 48 to 55 channels. It just goes to show that with a little DIY spirit, this method is surprisingly effective.
All right, section 4, ultra-simple antenna alternatives. Quick fixes for a small boost.
But what if you don't have empty cans, or you just don't have the time or energy to strip wires and tape things to a hanger? Let's compare our robust can and hanger method against something incredibly basic. the paperclip hack. If you literally just take the TV cable that attaches to your antenna port, you can insert a standard everyday paperclip directly into the center of the cable. That little paperclip acts as a tiny antenna and can actually give you a small signal boost. Now, to be clear, it's not going to give you a massive improvement, but if you are located quite close to the TV broadcast towers, this micro hack might just be enough to pull in a channel or two in an absolute pinch.
Another alternative is using a standard wire coat hanger. For this one, you'd cut the wire hanger, attach one side of the cut wire to the center of your TV antenna cable, and the other side to the outer portion. Because it's a wire hanger, you can easily bend it, move it about the room, or even hang it from a pole to try and catch a rogue signal. Again, it's definitely not going to rival a store-bought unit or our aluminum can build, but it's a really great backup plan depending on how far away your local towers are.
Finally, Section 5, maximizing your signal reception. Setting realistic expectations.
So the crucial point is that a homemade antenna isn't magic, and we really need to understand the physical limits here. It essentially boils down to three main variables. First, consider your distance. Quite simply, the closer you are to the broadcast towers, the better your signal is going to be. Then there's line of sight. You absolutely want a clear, unobstructed view from your antenna's location directly toward that tower. And finally, take a look at your terrain. This is the big one, folks. If there are massive hills, mountains, or really dense trees blocking the path to the transmission towers, well, even the best DIY build will struggle to improve your quality. You just can't bypass geography.
However, if your geography is decent, here are the absolute best optimization tips for tuning your new homemade rig. First, you have to move the unit around the room. Don't just leave it in the very first place you hang it. Try different walls, try higher elevations. It's like a giant puzzle. Second, and I literally cannot stress this enough, you must always rescan your TV for channels in the settings menu every single time you move the antenna. The TV has to register the new signal strength. And finally, as we just discussed, try your absolute hardest to place the antenna where it has the clearest possible line of sight toward your local broadcast towers.